You asked for it. Here it is, the Markus Camera Collection 2025. People have been asking about what the Markus Camera Collection is in 2025. This is actually a good reason to do this anyway, because every few years I make a video record of my stuff for insurance purposes, which is something you might want to do too, to prove that you have this stuff. So here we go. Here are my lenses and cameras that Markus has in 2025. And I'm going to go through it as fast as I can to make it as painless as possible. Let's start with the miscellaneous little tiny stuff. Here we have a little tiny Kodak Starmite. Okay. That's it. See you next week. Bye. All right. Anyway, so here we have, I just can't get rid of these. These are like my little NX Minis by Samsung. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little ones. They're so cute. They have a flip-up screen, a 1-inch sensor. You can put almost any lens you want on there and look at the footage you can get. This is a nice flat lens, the 9mm. The one that's actually the best quality lens is the 17mm, which is this one, the 17 1.8. Again, flip-up screen. Really great thing to literally fit in your pocket. Samsung NX Mini. Oh, wait, I have another one here. Here's another one. And this has a full size with an adapter, a full size Samsung 85 on it. So yeah, you can fit anything on there. You can actually fit with a Canon adapter. You can put giant Canon lenses on there if you want. So, and here we are. I know I gave most of these away, but I had to keep one NX500. So here's some leftover Canon lenses. I'm getting rid of all my Canon stuff, but what I have left still is the 70 to 200, 2.8, 18 to 135. I don't even know why I have this. I have two Sigma 30 1.4s. These are actually really good. That's why I have two of them. The 85 1.2L. Autofocus is horrible on this thing. I don't like this one that much, but I do like the 50s. I have two 50s. Here. Here's a 50 1.2L. I have two of those. I like those. Also good is a 35 1.4. which the Sigma 30s are pretty much just as good as the 35 1.4s. And this one here, this is a Sony lens, a T1.3 85. So this is just a show-off lens. This is what YouTubers like to use to show off. But for real people in the real world, this is just an annoying thing that it's not realistic. So I never use that. All right, let's move into the Micro Four Thirds world. Here's where things get fun. Now we're getting into the stuff that I actually really use. So here's the lenses real quick. 40 to 150, never use it. 100 to 300, never use it. 42.5, 1.2, really sharp but big and clunky. I never use that. 75, 1.8, Olympus. I love this one. This is actually a good telephoto. 1442, never use it. Brighton Star 35 f.95, 0.95 manual lens. It's steel and metal, heavy as hell. Never use it. Zhongyi 25.95. That's a 0.95 lens. Manual lens, never use it, but it's fun to play with. A couple of 12 to 32 kits. I actually use these once in a while. All right, a little Olympus M Zoico 14 to 42 EZ. A little zoom lens nobody takes seriously. So of course I had to make a video about it showing the kind of shots you can get with this. It's not bad for a tiny little compact zoom lens. Here's the Lumix version. I don't like it as much as the Olympus. 60 f2.8 macro. This is actually a pretty cool one. And even though it's just 2.8, look at the 3D effect this thing gives you. So you can travel light with small stuff and get great pictures. 9mm 1.7, maybe for vlogging. I never use it. 12mm 1.4. I got it new, never used it. 30mm 2.8. That one's actually pretty good. It's a nice pairing with them. They're both macro. These two, the 16 and 30 are macros. 15 1.7, great little lens to have when you're traveling. It's small, it's sharp, and it works great. I have three of these. These are the Olympus M Zoico 45 1.8s. I use these a lot. They're so small, they're great. That's why I have three of them. This one has a bunch of filters on it. 17 1.8 Olympus, kind of cool. And out of the Micro Four Thirds world, these are the lenses I use the most. Sigma 56 1.4, the workhorse of my Micro Four Thirds cameras. Lumix 25 1.4, Olympus 25 1.8, and the tiny 14 2.5. Those are the ones I use the most, these four. And here's my cameras, my Micro Four Thirds cameras. Oh, geez, the little tiny GM1. World's smallest micro four thirds camera, and it takes amazing pictures and video. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. World's smallest interchangeable lens micro four thirds camera. Yes, it's smaller than the Pen F and all the others. Anyway, I love these so much. 2 GM5s. It's the same as the GM1, but it has a viewfinder on the back, and it has more dials and buttons, and it even has a hot shoe, so you can do flash photography. This is great for travel. I mean, you can literally fit this thing in your pocket. An interchangeable lens camera the size of a deck of cards with a hot shoe and a viewfinder. It's quite the novelty, and it's a hot collector's item. And I got 2 of these. I gave 3 of these away, and I regretted it so much, I bought 2 of them again. This is the GX850. This is, just look at this. I love the flip-up screen. It's tiny. It literally fits in your pocket. It came out 3 years after the GM5, and it takes really amazing pictures and video. I'm going to be making a couple of videos with these in a week or 2. They're just too much fun to play with. I have 3 G7s. I just love this is so lightweight, it feels like there's nothing in it. The screen flips out. I was shocked at the quality of the pictures and the video this thing can take because it's so lightweight. It feels like a toy. And that's what makes this thing so much fun to use because it weighs nothing. I don't do the new Lumixes. I like lightweight and small, and this is about as lightweight as it gets. I have 3 of them. I like this silvery gray. And I have 2 G100s. Again, also really, these are the newest ones as far as being the smallest micro four thirds camera you can get. Viewfinder, flip out screen. In fact, it's great for vlogging because no matter the lighting condition, it will always adjust the exposure to your face. And yes, it shoots 4K and has a mic jack. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, let me show you real quick. I have 3 or 4 of these C100 Mark IIs. Here's one here. Here's another one. They only shoot 1080, but it's downsampled from a larger sensor. So the look of the footage is just something about it. It's so pleasant to look at. That's why I got 3 of these cameras. Even though I don't like bulky cinema cameras, the look that it gives you, I don't know how to describe it. It just looks really nice. That's a C200B with a 50 on it. This is what is this? Sony FS5 Mark II with a Fuji 50-135 lens. I never use any of these. Here's a Sony PMW EX3 3-chip camera, which has 3 different sensors for the RG and B channels. Nice colors, but it's only 1080. And here's a Panasonic. I like this one, actually. It's a Panasonic AG-UX90. It has a 1-inch sensor. It's easy to use. It's fun to use. It's lightweight. And the footage has a nice, friendly, professional look to it. And it shoots 4K. But it's kind of big, and I hardly ever use any of these cinema cameras. I just don't. They're too big and clunky. I'm going to probably give most of them away. So that takes me to the world of camcorders. These things are more fun to use. You just turn it on and push record and it's ready to go. Here we have a Canon G70 smaller sensor. Actually, it's a tiny sensor, 1/2.3. The footage is good, but it's the same size sensor as the VX981, which is 3 times smaller than the G70. So I'd go for the VX981. Now moving up to a 1-inch sensor, we have the XA70. This takes good quality footage and it's easy to use, but for me, it's still kind of big and clunky. And here we have the Sony 1-inch camcorder, starting with the AX100. The color is great, but this autofocus is kind of weak. And then the later, more professional version, the Z90V. Autofocus is great, but the color sucks. I don't like the color on this thing. And then we get into the small camcorders. CX405, tiny little cheap thing. These are the ones I like the most. I have 3 of the same ones. I think I have a 4th one somewhere. These are my favorite Panasonic VX981s. If you just need to grab something, open it up, push record, and not think about what you're doing, this is the camcorder to use. It's small. It's totally reliable. It works in almost any condition. Super long zoom. You can even get a blurry background with it if you zoom all the way. Best camcorder for the smallest size, most power. I love these. Okay, and then we get into the bridge cameras. This is a Lumix FZ2500. It has a nice flip out screen and a really long zoom lens, kind of big and clunky. But this one here, the Sony RX10 Mark IV, has no flip out lens at all. So you cannot do vlogs. You can't see what you're doing, but the quality is so good. 1-inch sensor. The zoom lens is really long. I never use these, but just telling you what I have. 3 of the world's smallest, cheapest camcorders. I made a video about those. I still got 3 of them. I got a DJI Pocket 3. I never use it, even though everybody says it's the greatest thing in the world and you can make Netflix movies with it. Okay, go ahead. Anyway, here's my background cameras. Action 4, Action 3 for doing behind the scenes stuff. Now we get into the pocket cameras. Here's a Panasonic Lumix ZS200D. Has a really long zoom lens. I don't like has a 1-inch sensor. It does not have a flip out screen, but it does have a viewfinder. I don't like the colors from the sensor. So anyway, here's a tiny little pocket camera by Sony, an HX99. Tiny little sensor, but actually the quality is pretty good. Two of these are the same camera. This is a Lumix ZS80. Tiny little sensor, but it has a viewfinder and a flip-up screen, which I love. The colors are actually really good. I think it's the same sensor as the VX981. Colors are really good, and I love the fact that it has a viewfinder and a flip-up screen. Really handy to have. Love to use it. It's fun. Not the biggest sensor, but it's fun to use. I have two of those, and I have two of these. These are LX10s. These have a 1.4 lens, so you can get a blurry background with a pocket camera. You have an ND on the front of this thing. Two of those. Okay, moving on to APS-C now. Here we have Fuji, and here we have Sony. So let's start with Fuji. Here's some lenses. I'm gonna actually make a video comparing the Fuji lenses coming up soon. Some of these I haven't even used yet. Fuji 50mm f2, tiny little thing, and really handy to have if you have a Fuji. It's a great lens, 50 f2. I think everybody should have one. Viltrox 75 1.2, big and heavy, but wow, the look you can get from it. It's a 1.2 and it's 75, so really blurry backgrounds, really good quality too. This is one of the few Viltroxes I actually like. Okay, we have a Fuji 56 1.2, we have a Sigma 56 1.4, and we have a Viltrox 56 1.4. I'm going to, again, in an upcoming video, I'm going to show you the differences. Here's a Fuji 23. Oh, this is a Sigma 23 1.4. Here's a Fuji 23 1.4 and a Viltrox 23 1.4. Again, I'm going to show you the difference in an upcoming video. Here's a Viltrox 27 1.2. Big, giant, heavy lens, but it's 1.2. Here's a Fuji 27 2.8. I love the tiny size. Look at this. These are both 27 millimeters. This is a 1.2. This is a 2.8. So obviously if you're traveling, this is the one to take. We have an 18 f2. That's a nice little small lens. And a Viltrox 25 1.7. The camera that I have right now is the XM5. It has a flip out screen. Kind of frustrating to use, but I'm mastering it. Got another video coming out about that. And I'm actually waiting for the XE5, which is supposed to be the same camera, but with a viewfinder. I can't wait for that one. All right, let's move on to the APS-C and the Sony world. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 5100s. These are my favorite little cameras to have for flip-up screen, fits in your pocket, APS-C, great quality. I mean, look at this. Look how tiny this camera is. This little thing produces amazing video and pictures. I love the look. It has a nice, warm, friendly look. And it's so tiny. But it's APS-C, so you get great quality stuff. This is how I wish the APS-C Sonys would be. This is what they're meant to be. You can see yourself. I like the flip-up screen more than the flip-out. And it's tiny. Perfect for taking on trips. And here's my 6300. This is as big and heavy as I'll go. And anything beyond that, I don't like the newer ones. But anyway, let's see, Viltrox 33 1.4. Not too thrilled with it. I never use this 50 1.8. It's not as sharp as the 50. What is it coming up here? Two zoom lenses, 16 to 50s. I have a 22.8. This is a nice small lens to put on any of these. 18 to 50. What is this? 18 to 50, 2.8. Oh yeah, okay. So this is a Sigma 18 to 50, 2.8, 15 1.4. That's actually this is a G Master lens, really, really good for wide angle. 16 Sigma 1.4. I never use it. I would much rather use the Sony 15 1.4. This one isn't that great. It's just heavy, big, expensive. I don't like it. I'd rather do the 15 1.4 by Sony. And these are the two lenses I use the most. As far as Sony APS-C, it's the 56 Sigma 1.4 and it's Sigma 23 1.4. These are the two lenses I love the most for my Sony APS-C. All right. Now we have my most favorite camera in the whole world. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's still in the box. I don't even haven't even taken that yet. Sony RX100 Mark 7s. I actually have a fifth one. The whole video is being filmed right now with the fifth one. So I have 5 of these cameras. Flip up screen. It does 4K. It does everything. Amazing quality. This is the most versatile, awesome camera ever. If you're only going to have one camera, you travel a lot, this is the one to have. It's not cheap, but look at the quality. This is the camera I've used the most for filming almost all my vlogs for the last 8 years. And most of it is in 1080, even though it does 4K. Look at the quality of the footage from this thing. Okay, full frame. I'm Sony all the way. 90mm 2.8 macro, never use it. 135 2.8 Zeiss. I like this one. This is a compact travel-sized 135. I'm quite happy with this lens for traveling. It's a Zeiss. It's super sharp. The autofocus is great. And for a 135, it's nice and small and lightweight. Now, if I'm not traveling, I would suggest this one. This is the 135 1.8 G Master lens. This is by Sony. It's big and heavy. So if you're traveling, I suggest the Zeiss 135 2.8. If you're doing studio work or you don't care about big and heavy, the G Master 135 1.8. All right, and then we get to the 85s here. The one that I've always used for 10 years is the Zeiss 85 1.8. It's small, lightweight, sharp. The autofocus is great. It's a great portrait lens. This lens has been around the world so many times, and it's really dependable. I always take it with me. Speaking of small, I just got this one here. The Yongnuo 85 1.8. Look at how tiny this thing is. It actually is really good quality. I'm actually surprised. And the autofocus is pretty good. The Yongnuo 85 1.8, pretty good. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, as far as big and heavy, we have the Sigma 85 1.4. Also really good quality, but it's bigger and heavier because it's a 1.4. Okay. Now we have the travel lenses, the little tiny ones. We have a 35 2.8, really small for traveling. We have a 35 1.8, a little bit better quality, but a little bit bigger. We have a 25 f2. I never use it. It's by Zeiss. A little travel lens. This is a 24 2.8, and don't be fooled by the size. This little guy takes good pictures. This is a great travel lens. Oh, wait, we got some bigger ones here. Okay, Sigma 105 1.4. This is the big monster. This thing is so big and heavy, it's unbelievable. It weighs as much as a Volkswagen, but the quality is just unparalleled. The look this lens gives you is indescribable. If you don't mind lugging around a 1,000-pound lens, the pictures you can take with this thing are so worth it. This one here is more of a camcorder. I mean, a lens for these guys here. It's a 18 to 110 f4 G lens. For video. It's with all these motors and everything. I never use it. Okay, 16 to 35. I don't know why I have this. Let's move on. CROE 85 1.4. I hate it. Probably give it away. 24 1.4. That's a good one. This is a good one to have if you like 24s. A 14 to 24. I don't know why I have this one. I hate zooms. I don't know why I have these. 20 millimeter 1.8. That's good. 28 to 60 kit lens probably came with something. 18 2.8 Zeiss, never use it. Now here's the lenses I do use a lot though. I think the best quality out of all these lenses for the mid-range is a 50 millimeter 1.4 Sony. This thing is just super sharp, but it's big and heavy. I use it a lot for my vlogging here in the studio. If I travel, I always take the 55 1.8. This is my most favorite lens of the whole full-frame Sony world. 55 1.8, super sharp, super small. If you're going to only have one lens ever with Sony, it would be this one here. I've taken more pictures with this lens than all the other lenses put together. It's super sharp. I'm shocked how sharp this thing is for the little size that it is. And no matter what lenses I take with me on a trip, I always end up using this lens more than any other lens that I ever take with me. I would say this is my favorite, most top lens from everything that I have on this table. Usually, if I can only take 2 lenses, it would be the 55 1.8 and the 35 1.4 Sony. These are by far my 2 most used lenses. The 55 is the best all-purpose, but the 35 gives you a grander vista. It's a wider angle lens, so you see more of the world around you. It's more dramatic. It's a much more epic feel. So it's definitely the 55 and the 35. And this one here is a 28 to 70 It's not that sharp. It's a kind of a cheaper plastic lens, but this is what I do all my kitchen recipe videos with. It's not very sharp, but it's one of the few Sony stabilized lenses. Sony hardly makes any stabilized lenses. They only make them with zooms, and because the videos take up to an hour long, I can't have a heavy lens, so that's why I don't use these other ones. But for lightweights that you're going to hold in your hand for an hour, this one, every ounce counts when you're holding a camera for an hour. And you don't want to be shaking. So that's why I use this one. It's a 20-70. It works pretty good, and it's good enough for what we do. Now let's get into our cameras, the full frame Sony cameras. My original one that started my whole full frame venture, the original A7 with a Voigtlander 1.2 40 millimeter. I just did a video about this. Really sharp quality. Don't use it for autofocus, but super sharp quality if you can do manual. I have two A7Cs, the original ones. I don't like the A7C2. I got rid of it, and I got a second one of these. I'm starting to lose interest in these. For the sensor is, I don't like the colors as much. Speaking of colors, my favorite color in the whole world is the Sony A7 III. It has the same sensor as the A7C, but the color science is different. The colors are nice and warm on the A7 III. This was my favorite portrait camera for years and years and years. That's why I still have it, because I love the colors. I love the look. It's not really made for video. The screen doesn't flip out, but for picture taking, it's a great camera. I love the warmth of the colors. And that's not too great for video, though. This is an A7S III. Again, I don't like the colors as much on this, but it can run forever. And it can see in the dark. It can basically see in pitch black. It's amazing for that. Not great for picture taking because it's like a 1 megapixel camera. The ones that I use the most are these. I might even buy a third one. Is an A7R5. This is, I think, the best all-around Sony camera I've ever used. You can run, this is 8K. This will run 8K indefinitely without overheating or shutting down. As long as you have power in it, it will keep recording in 8K. The flip out screen, really high-end viewfinder, same as the A1. Great pictures. It runs a little on the cool side, so I run it at 5800K instead of 5600K, but it's so dependable. It never shuts down. It never overheats, so I might even get a third one. Instead of using camcorders, this is my cinema camera, the A7R5. Like I said, I might get a third one. So there we have it, folks. There's my... I went as fast as I could. I gotta catch my breath. So there's the Markus camera collection for 2025. I went as fast as I could. I hope and I'm going to actually I'm going to make a video. The next video I'm going to show you actual video samples of all these cameras. I'm going to show you what the video looks like when you actually push record. I'm not going to change the color. I'm not going to adjust, no AI adjustments, nothing. I'm going to push record, and you're going to see the difference of all these cameras. And I think you're going to like that one. So stay tuned for that. And I'm also going to make a video about the Fuji lenses. And I think you're going to like that one too. So, I catch my breath. Anyway, so there you go. Here's the Markus camera collection for 2025. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.